my name is Chelsea and I'm here today to tell you all about how I started my reselling business. So I sell on 3 different online marketplaces. I sell on Poshmark, Mercari, and Depop currently. So I actually began reselling when I was a senior in high school. I just graduated high school actually. And I was headed off to college. I had some stuff in my closet I knew I wasn't gonna wear anymore. And I was like, you know what, I may as well list it on Poshmark. And I think at the time, Poshmark was kind of newer. At least to me, I'd never really heard of it before. But I put my stuff up on there and it sold, and it was just so cool because I was like getting a check. It was almost like a job, but I didn't really have to do anything besides take pictures of my clothes. So I was really excited about that, really liked Poshmark, and I continued to use it all throughout college just to kind of get some extra spending money. So I loved selling on Poshmark. And then just this past summer, I started my internship with List Perfectly. And through that, I decided, you know what? I could sell not just on Poshmark, I could sell on Mercari and Depop. Like, I, for some reason, had it in my head that I was just limited to one app. And I had no idea that there was like a product out there like List Perfectly that made it so easy to list. So it definitely welcomed me into the reselling community very quickly. And now I'm selling on 3 different platforms, as I said before. So that's sort of how I began reselling and got into the whole reselling community. My favorite places to source are Goodwill, of course, the classic. But I also have, most of my listings are from my house currently. Since I just started recently in the past few months, I thought it was the smartest option just to go through my house, and especially since, you know, we're all kind of in our house right now, I took the time to clean out all of the closets in the house. So right now I have a lot of listings from my mom and I's closet, but I also do go sourcing quite often just because I really love thrifting. It's quite addicting. Now I'm going to show you all some of my new favorite listings that I'm going to have up on my shop. So if you're interested in checking these out, you can check out my Poshmark, Depop, or Mercari. They're all going to be listed there. This t-shirt I actually picked up just because it was a black t-shirt. I loved the graphic on it because I'm actually from Michigan. I grew up there, so that's why it stuck out to me. But I picked it up specifically to tie-dye, and I think it turned out really cool. You never know the way that it's going to turn out when you do the bleach tie-dye. You never know how the dye is going to bleach, so this one I thought turned out great. When I go sourcing, I always try to look for some black t-shirts, and I try to pick up brands like Nike, or I try to get specific graphics that a buyer might resonate well with. So if somebody's from Michigan, for example, like I was like, oh, I love that shirt. So I try to pick up shirts like that. I also have this red Georgia one, so I don't just do the black tie-dye, I also do it on colors, which is really fun. So that's a UGA t-shirt. The other thing that I do while I'm sourcing the t-shirts, I try to find sweatpants that match. So I picked up a black pair of sweatpants the same day I bought that Detroit and the Nike t-shirt. But what ended up happening is they bleached completely different. This one bleached to be like a gray with orange. It obviously does not like directly match with these. It's a fun thing to do if I have the extra time to do a little DIY project. So the next thing that I have that I'm really excited to list on my closet is, I can't even show it. It's so big. It's a Barefoot Dreams robe. It's going to be a pain to ship, and I didn't think about that when I bought it, but I was so excited to find Barefoot Dreams because Barefoot Dreams is such a popular brand right now. Everybody loves their blankets. All the influencers talk about them all the time, and this robe is like the longest, like most coziest robe. It was in great condition, and I wasn't even gonna go, like, I was done with my sourcing trip. Like, I was gonna leave, and I was like, yeah, I'll do one last loop. And I went down the women's nightwear section, which is a key section. Like, you never know what you're gonna find. I found Aritzia, Free People, like, it's not nightwear, but it's in that section for some reason. So this is definitely a brand to keep your eye out for, but it's also just big and bulky, so it's gonna be like a big project whenever it sells. Okay, so the next thing is this sweater, and it's by the brand Millie. And I did not know this, but this brand is actually pretty expensive. This sweater, I believe, was around like $400, $500 originally on the website Shopbop, which has like a lot of expensive brands. And so when I looked that up when I got home, I was like, whoa. Because I had no idea when I picked it up, but the way that it felt and the style of it, it just looked like something I personally would love to wear in like the winter fall season. I love the leather and the quality was great. It was in good condition. But yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite finds. The last item that I'm gonna highlight in this video is this long jean jacket, which is also going to be a pain to ship, and I picked it up because it was so unique looking. It has all this different kind of patchwork almost to it, and yeah, I really mostly picked it up because it was a unique piece, and I know that there's somebody out there that would see this and it's like they could look at it and be like, that is literally me in a jacket. It's not my personal style, but I always love to pick up things that just like aren't necessarily my own personal style sometimes, because I just think they're so cool and I'm like, oh my gosh, and like this was so cheap. I'm like, I have to get this. Hopefully someday somebody finds this coat and loves it. So yeah, that's a little glimpse into my reselling business that I have going on right now. If you're interested in following me on Instagram or YouTube, I have accounts on both that I've been posting content involving my reselling business. So if you're interested in following along, the links to both of those will be in the description. And thank you so much for watching and listening to me talk about my journey. And also thank you, List Perfectly, for having me on your shop tour series.